Yo, from Kenya, East Africa, MORAA speaking truth. You feel me? Time to clear the air, set things straight.
Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing great. Now, I have seen a video by 𝐷𝐿, and boy, I must say that he has come out strong. First of all, he has started by, giving warnings, a very strong warning to all the reactors, positive reactors, negative reactors. He doesn't care who you are, whoever you are, you should not talk about him. You should not use his clips. Whoa. 𝐷𝐿, I am going to be nice. I'm going to be nice because you actually said that people should pray for you. You're going through a lot, So I'm going to be sensitive. But what I can just tell you is that we are not here because we don't know what we are doing. Some of us know and understand very well why we are here. Reaction is a niche that is in YouTube. Is it niche? Niche? It is on YouTube. How you pick, to be a travel vlogger, how you pick cooking content, how you pick, anything. There are so many niches. So reaction is actually one of them. Very recognized by YouTube. And that is why YouTube tolerates us. Or rather, that is why YouTube knows we are here. And that is why YouTube pays us to do what we're doing. So you coming out to say that people should not talk about you, use your, if somebody is analyzing a video, they must analyze a video, including your video. So people are analyzing Marwa's videos, these other videos. As long as people are falling within the YouTube guidelines, then it is very much allowed. But if somebody is analyzing your video and they are doing something that is outside what is allowed by YouTube, then, that is cause for concern. Or if somebody is doing something that is not within the law while analyzing your video, then again, you can say that. But you cannot just come and say, throw a blanket statement, telling reactors not to react on your videos. In fact, one thing I can also tell you is that by, coming out like that, like you're threatening people, that is what now makes people to actually attack you. And especially the negative reactors. I'm positive that they're going to come out, attacking you. And they're not going to be nice. So, saying that, thinking that you're deterring people from talking about you actually will now make them come more strong and in a bad way. So this stress that you are saying you wanted to avoid, you might actually end up, multiplying it. But I hope that does not happen. And like I said, or maybe I haven't said, I also am going to pray for you. So guys, I was so amused to hear that the story Abobo was giving was actually, a hoax. All of that was a lie. Guys, I was surprised to know that Abobo was actually fired because he stole money. Guys, this person had been sent with 15,000 shillings to go and buy material. And he disappeared for 3 whole days. The dude shows up without the money, talking about his father was sick. He had to go and buy a goat to do the goat soup. So when he was telling Max Zero that story, how come he left out that part of he had been given money and he stayed away from work for 3 days? This Abobo is a big damn liar. And to be very honest, I wonder who is going to embrace this boy with his content or with whatever it is that he wants to do on YouTube. He has proven himself to be a crook from the onset. Marwa was nice, guys. So Marwa had this story, but Marwa did not want to spoil for him. Marwa decided, you know what? Just go. I don't want anything to do with you. Leave the construction site. But Marwa decided he is not going to come out and talk about the 15,000 shillings because, guys, people would have already started unsubscribing from Abobo. People would have started forgetting him. But Marwa wanted to give him a chance. What a shame, guys, that somebody, you know, can be number one, lazy, number two, a thief. How can this one be helped? Even Max 1 cannot deal with this one now. This is serious, guys. This is too bad. A guy going to steal from the construction site, guys. And remember, at the construction site, things were getting lost. The taps, I don't know, pipes. Things were getting lost every single day. People like an Abobo should actually are the suspects. I strongly believe that. When I heard my 𝐄𝐎𝐒 talk about this issue, I was like, all the things that were getting lost at this site, Abobo is responsible. And guys, if you remember, things started getting lost, you know, more and more things when plumbing items, plumbing materials started to come. And who was doing plumbing? One of them is my Abobo. Sorry. One of them is Abobo. He is the one who was doing this plumbing work. So he knows where to sell the taps, you know, which pipes to steal, which ones are more marketable, which ones you can sell quickly. Yeah, the ones that have demand. You know, the demand is high. No wonder, guys, there was a lot of theft in that place. And now I can comfortably say that the thief was one person. It's a big damn shame, guys. It is too bad. Actually, let me just go back a little bit. You know, my 𝐄𝐎𝐒, I think, was really mad because this particular reactor, Village Echoes, is the one who used that title that my 𝐄𝐎𝐒 was talking about. And Village Echoes, you are a negative reactor. You have crossed over to positive reaction. However, please leave your behavior of negative reaction. You know, you should have left it back there. Because for one, my 𝐄𝐎𝐒 is, you know, somebody in Team Marwa. And then you went ahead to clickbait like that. That is actually to spoil for this guy. I can somewhat understand why he's, you know, he's angry. You know, because if somebody looks at that thumbnail, you know, looks at that title, the first thing they see is my 𝐄𝐎𝐒 was bribed to turn against Marwa. So obviously, people started to get concerned. People started to call my 𝐄𝐎𝐒 to text him. The guy was not having peace because people are bombarding him with messages, with calls. They want to know what is going on. You know, we have seen Marwa being betrayed before. And so, of course, people are a bit, you know, people are so quick to start thinking that, is this another betrayal? You know. So for Village Echoes to honestly publish that kind of title, even if it's clickbait, you know, that was, you know, that was wrong. To be very honest, even when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. And to be very honest, I didn't even want to know what's in the video because now, I mean, it's a turn-off to me because I knew that that's probably not the case. Because according to how Abobo had said the story, you know, how is it that this guy, my 𝐄𝐎𝐒, has, you know, been paid? I listened to Abobo very well and Max 0. You know, all they said is that the money had been sent through my 𝐄𝐎𝐒. So now, when somebody turns it around and starts to put these crazy clickbait titles, you know, like the ones for Piggy Mouth, guys, it is wrong. And, it can spoil for somebody. There are people who are, who trust Mike 𝐄𝐒. There are people who know him as a good person. There are people who deal with him. And once they start to see stuff like that, they start to doubt. People are different, guys. So for me, I felt a certain type of way because this guy is actually a Team Marwa guy. This is a Marwa person. And we are also in Team Marwa. So we should not start to attack each other like that, especially if you do not have proof. Guys, it's not nice. So Village Echoes, I know we are looking for bread and butter. But let's be sensitive, and especially, guys, it's not even especially, I was going to say especially if you're in Team Marwa. Me, I just want to believe that if you're doing reaction, even if I'm reacting on somebody on the next or, the other camp, I should be able to come out and say stuff that I am really sure about, Or if you're speculating or if you're giving an opinion, let it be known that it's just speculation, that you're just giving an opinion. And it should not be something that can really mess somebody up. I mean, that's just my take on that. I don't know what you all think about that, guys. Because Mike 𝐄𝐒, as you all saw, for those who've watched his video, is not a happy person. He is angry that somebody actually put a title to say that Mike 𝐄𝐒 was bribed to turn against Marwa. And if you think about it, like really critically, you will understand why he is angry. And then he goes on to say that this particular reactor, wanted to meet him while he was in Nairobi, but he was busy. So he is probably saying that this reactor got mad that he could not meet him, and that is why he came with a vendetta, doing that kind of title on his video. And that's also something else I like to say, guys. I don't know, but it's let me just give my opinion on it. I also see this thing of people wanting to go over and above, the YouTube space. Somebody even wants to meet people. I don't know what you want to meet them for. And I believe when you start to do that, maybe you're looking for something. Guys, I'm sorry, but that's how I look at it. You're looking to dig up stuff. I don't know what you're looking for. Because if you're just out here to analyze videos, why not just wait for videos, analyze them, and you bounce? Now you hear somebody's in Nairobi, you want to have meetings with them, you want to talk to them behind the scenes, you want to maybe ask them questions, you want to dig. And guys, now this is what will bring problems, And I'm sorry to say, I've seen a video, today of Max One and 𝐻𝐿, where they were saying that this guy is actually a spy in Team Marwa. Now if you are looking for Mike 𝐄𝐒 and you want to, I don't know whether you wanted to interview Mike 𝐄𝐒, you wanted to meet him in the streets of Nairobi. I don't know what kind of questions you wanted to, what did you want from him? Guys, maybe, I don't know, forgive me, but now this will make people start to think that you're actually a spy. Village Echoes. Now, I mean, if I just cross over to the Lazy Gang, the next day I just want to meet whoever I want to meet, these people, I want to meet the people who are dealing with the Lazy Gang, why do I want to meet them? And why so quickly? Why so? Guys, I'm not saying anything. All I'm just saying is sometimes it's good to go slow. Pole pole. And I'm just telling Village Echoes, in a good way. Sometimes some things we do may start to paint a bad picture for us. And maybe you did not mean it in a bad way. But it's good to just, weigh some things before you want to jump into them. Mike 𝐄𝐒 is having an issue. Or it wasn't an issue. Mike 𝐄𝐒, something has happened. People are, he has been sent money to give Abobo. Abobo has left the group. He has gone to, I don't know, whichever group. And you hear that Mike 𝐄𝐒 is in town. You want to go meet him. Let me just finish at that. Let me put that to rest. However, I'm just saying this in all, in a good way, guys. I feel like people should not start bringing conflict because of views and small things. It's not going to be nice. And especially, let me now say that, that phrase that I wanted to say. And especially if we are all Team Marwa, let us keep respect, amongst ourselves, So 𝐾𝐒 came out, strong, saying that he can never betray Marwa. He even said that he took an oath, in his own way. Well, that's how he does his things. Well, that's his, But the bottom line is he just came out to pledge his allegiance and to say that he is loyal to Marwa. He can never turn against him. And he was so mad that people out here want to, say otherwise. People want to spoil for him. This is his only place that he gets his money from. He only depends on YouTube. He has nowhere else. He has nothing else that he does, to bring him income. And so he did not, he was just trying to tell people, do not try to spoil what I have built, because this is my only source. Guys. Guys, 𝐷𝐿 also spoke about jealousy that is so rampant in Nyabohanse. He spoke about somebody writing him a message telling him to leave Nyabohanse for the Nyabohanserians. Because, that he has come all the way from another community, coming into their community, which is Korean community, to tap their blessings. Guys, I don't know why people do not understand that there's blessings, for everyone. It's enough for all of us. When God put us here on this earth, he knew that we can all share, all the blessings, all the good things that are on this planet. But some people feel so entitled. 𝐷𝐿 is also a Kenyan, so I don't understand what this other person was saying. Guys, so 𝐷𝐿 says that this is one of the reasons that made him actually go back, to his home. It is sad, guys. It's a pity. And most of these people in Nyabohanse do not even respect Marwa. They do not even see Marwa as a great person amongst themselves. They insult him, rumor monger about him, just bad stuff that can actually put Marwa in trouble. So guys, this jealousy thing in Nyabohanse has just been proven. These people are something else. It is sad, a truly sad situation. So allegedly, Abobo is the one who called this particular subscriber who sent money. Remember that $20 that Abobo was saying he does not want. He is not poor. So the subscriber who sent this money, it is Abobo who reached out to her. How Abobo got the number is how, 𝐷𝐿 says nobody knows. So he reached out to this donor and said that, he is mapesa somebody. Mapesa means money, mapesa boy. And that he needs equipment, to do YouTube. He is a YouTuber in the village, Nyabohanse. And of course, Nyabohanse being a very famous village, this lady, who watches Marwa, he was happy to know that this is one of the Marwa boys. So she agreed to send something to him. And this is how this whole story began. So 𝐷𝐿 is saying that this money that was sent to him much earlier. While they were at the construction site. So 𝐷𝐿 goes on to narrate to us this story, telling us that it is actually Abobo who reached out to this particular subscriber, saying that he needs money to buy equipment for him to do YouTube and all this stuff. And he told this woman that his name is Mapesa Boy. Mapesa is money. So this lady promised to send him some money. But this lady, I guess, was acquainted, better acquainted to 𝐷𝐿. So this lady sent the money to 𝐷𝐿 and told 𝐷𝐿 to give it to Mapesa Boy. 𝐿 wondered who that is. So the subscriber who sent this money, it is Abobo who reached out to her. How Abobo got the number is how, 𝐿 says nobody knows. So he reached out to this donor and said that, he is Mapesa somebody. Mapesa means money, Mapesa boy. And that he needs equipment, to do YouTube. He is a YouTuber in the village, Nyabohanse. And of course, Nyabohanse being a very famous village, this lady, who watches Marwa, he was happy to know that this is one of the Marwa boys. So she agreed to send something to him. And this is how this whole story began. So 𝐿 is saying that this money that was sent to him was sent to him much earlier. While they were at the construction site. So, this lady called 𝐿 to tell him that she is going to tell Mapesa boy to call him, call 𝐿. So 𝐿 gets a call from this person who introduces himself as Abobo. So Abobo is actually the Mapesa boy. That is when 𝐿 knew that. According to 𝐿, this Abobo has been begging him for this money. Remember, Abobo said he is not poor. For $20. So this guy Abobo, he is proud for nothing. And if he ever wants his channel to grow, it is not about Marwa even now. Everything that he has done, dishonesty, lying, and all these negative characteristics are going to make him stuck. Unless he changes, he is not going to get anywhere. And it is sad because he is just a young boy. He has so much potential. But he has decided to take the Mach Zero way, insulting people. It is bad. And even you, 𝐿, saying that reactors are saying, that this money was given to you so that it can bribe you, so that you can turn against Marwa. Which reactors? Why are you putting it in plural? It is only one reactor who said that. If you want to, you are trying to bring enmity where there is no enmity, by the way. Which is okay, it's up to you. Because some people will now use this to be bashing you here on the platform. And your lawyer is going to be busy. And they too can also engage their lawyers. So why are you bringing all these shenanigans, complications? If one person, already, tainted your name, why not deal with that person with your lawyers? I think the best thing would be, already there are people who have already tainted your name, So now, deal with those people using your lawyers. And the first person you should have dealt with is Abobo. I don't know why you're not saying, Abobo, I am going to deal with you. I'm taking you to jail. Or Max 1. Because they are the ones who brought out the story out here to the streets. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this dude wants to start, threatening people with lawyers. Don't talk about me. Don't use my image. Do not use my clips. Do not use my videos. all this stuff. And yet, there are people already, in fact, the source of this whole thing, they are there scot-free, and they're not being told anything. So if this guy was serious, that's just my observation. He could have been talking about Max 1 and Abobo. You guys came out, and you started a rumor, or you started this whole tainting of my name by saying that I was sent $20, because that $20 issue came from those people. And maybe if you feel like they just said about $20, so they do not have a mistake, then deal with the person who said that you was sent money to turn against Marwa. The person is out there. Guys, instead of giving yourself pressure, talking about you do not sleep at night, you cried the whole night, you cried a river, talking about you have stress, a lot is in your mind, you're just going to stress yourself even more, Because, guys, I'm pretty sure 100% that the negative reactors are going to do videos and they're going to be brutal. That's for sure. I don't think whatever 𝐷𝐿𝐼𝐄 said, will deter them. If Marwa tells them and they still don't listen, I mean, 𝐷𝐿𝐼𝐄, if you want to protect your sanity, protect your peace, I don't know, you should deal with things some sort of way. Yeah. But for me, I am doing my work, I am analyzing your video, and of course, that means I have to talk about you because that is what I do and that's what YouTube knows I do. I analyze, I criticize, and I react on videos that have been put out on the YouTube platform. That's exactly what my channel is all about. So this whole issue of, threatening people, I think it's... and trying to create enmity, yeah? Even positive reactors, I don't care, you're all the same. Yeah, maybe not, maybe, I don't know. But for me, I feel like, if you continue like this, then you're going to be having it rough here on the streets. Yeah. Because even me as a positive reactor, I wouldn't even, I wouldn't care even if somebody now is messing up your name like hell. I would just sit back and watch because you have already made me your enemy, without me knowing. Guys, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. I have just, been watching, because I've done this video in bits and pieces. Because I was, watching out to see if lawyers are coming from somewhere. So I have seen that he has done a premiere. This 𝐷𝐿𝐼𝐄 has done a premiere. And on this premiere, he was, on the chat section, people were asking him about this thing that he said about blood. He did an oath with himself and God, and, just that, he will not, he will not be betraying Marwa, And I saw him change his story. He said that was just like sort of a figure of speech. That's not exactly what he meant. He did not shed any blood. I mean, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. If this is how this guy is going to be operating. Guys, now he said something very clearly on video. It's clear what he said, about cutting himself with a blade, letting the blood drip, and him praying over his blood and, saying this, promise. And again, now he's changing like 360 degrees, or is it 180 degrees? I do not understand. Guys, now these are the kind of things that if we start talking about, people will start saying, oh, you're bashing this guy. But now he has already made me his enemy. What do you guys expect? Anyway, guys, I'm just saying. And what really amused me about this whole thing is that Abobo is the one who was pressuring this guy to send him the money. Abobo, who is not poor. Abobo, who laughed. Guys, remember how he laughed at $20? Like it's no money. Oh my God. So shameless. A desperate dude like that, coming to downplay $20, and yet he really needs it. What a shame. To be very honest, if there's somebody who has really just effed himself up, it is Abobo. It is a shame, guys. Somebody sends you their hard-earned money, and you talk about it like that, so casually, like you don't even need it, and yet you are the one who called the subscriber asking for the money. And then now when the money is with 𝐷𝐿𝐼𝐄, you are pressuring 𝐷𝐿𝐼𝐄 to give you the money, and yet he has not even withdrawn it from the bank. because the money was sent by Western Union. It is crazy, guys. And just for clarification, it is this subscriber who gave my Kizo Abobo's number. You know, when Abobo was wondering who Mapesa Boy is. And so my Kizo texted Abobo first. And then Abobo responded to my Kizo by saying, I am Abobo. You know, and then that's when my Kizo told him that I have been sent $20 to give you. And at this particular point, it was on a Saturday afternoon, the banks were closed, but Abobo started pressuring this dude to send him the money. Send me the money now, send me the money now. But this guy, of course, my Kizo, could not send him the money because he had not withdrawn it from the bank. So Abobo and Max Zero were clearly lying. Imagine, guys, they were lying. Maybe Max One didn't know about it very well, but Abobo knew that he was lying. So, I mean, guys, when people do this, I get surprised. Don't they think that this person they are lying about will come out and talk about it, you know, clarify issues? Don't they ever think that'll happen? They just think they'll lie about somebody and somebody will keep quiet, especially somebody who has a YouTube channel. They'll come out and defend themselves, you know, most probably. Some may choose to keep quiet, but I mean, most of the time, somebody will come out and clear their name. So now Abobo looks even worse than we thought. Oh my God. Drop your thoughts, opinions, and sentiments in the comment section below. To the new subscribers in the house, thank you so very much for subscribing. I truly appreciate. For the returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for your love and your support. May God bless each and every one of you. And I do not take any of you for granted. Guys, let us meet in the next video. Shenanigans of Nyabuhansi. Bye-bye, guys.
I educate, put things straight, that's my fate. Truth teller, reality checker. Truth teller, I'm your protector from the lies and the fake narrative. Truth is what I got to give. Speak the truth, speak the truth. Speak it to set you free. Speak the truth, speak the truth. It's MORAA, your African daughter. Don't pay